Hey guys, it's Rufus. Now today I'm going to be doing this VOD review for this dude. And so basically the purpose of this video is to kind of help you guys make better decisions. Now as I've mentioned before, Siege is all about decision making, and first I want to say, why are you peeking Skylight as smoke? You've got 3 canisters, you haven't even placed your shield yet. And if somebody were to kill you there, all of your utility would be gone. Although, that shield placement was a bit questionable, because shield is generally best for denying an area, and when you kind of place it there, you're really just preventing anybody at top white from moving around. Although you're still peeking the Skylight. If you die here, it's not going to go well. Still got 3 canisters. Yep, and that's what happened. But anyway, as I was talking about earlier, the purpose of this video is to improve your decision making. And I've spoken about decision making a lot in this game and how important it is. And just there, you saw a poor decision to peek Skylight got him killed because he was standing on that table almost a minute into the round and Ash happened to get into the building. But that's okay. We're into the next round. Let's see what happens here. Alright, you get that pick. Immediately trade it out though.
I just got slammed.
Hey, yeah, they're in by bar.
So you know they're pushing bakery and you're in a good spot here. This is a good shield spot. This is a good position to play, especially as a smoke. Although I do not suggest peeking these Maverick holes.
I can't even see her.
And yep, pretty much how you would expect that to go when you peek a Maverick hole like that, especially
So lost,
when the attackers could have been peeking through those Maverick holes from the outside. I mean, you ended up getting ghosted just a little bit, but I mean, what do you really expect? You're peeking Maverick holes. Someone's gonna peek them, of course.
I died from below, so
Although another situation there where you lost all 3 canisters and didn't get to use them.
Train like she did last time. They did last time.
Op 4 located a bomb. Protect it.
I'd be careful about running around like that, because if someone was on Skylight, you could have gotten shot or killed there. Also, I don't know why you're flicking around so much. You're being a little spastic at the moment, if that makes sense. But and also, check your crosshair placement, because there's some moments where you're like aiming into the wall instead of aiming around the wall.
I haven't seen you go for the revive, man.
Alright. And it's a 3v5, so now's a good time to be aggro, which you're doing, and you do get the Zove.
Where is everyone at? Loading
Op
back.
4 has located a bomb. You know what to do.
In cigars, Nomad. Cigar shop, A's, they're getting freezer wall.
Now, at this point, you really need to try and get a pick. If you just wait, the attackers are going to easily start planting on site, and you're not really going to be able to do much. I'd suggest probably pushing up Pixel and trying to get a peek on someone in Cigar. You hear them smoking out, so you know they're about to plant, and yeah, your teammate just called it out too that they're planting. But yeah, you see that dude wasn't even paying attention. If you went there a little bit earlier, you could have totally have killed that dude.
All friendlies were eliminated.
And maybe it would have made a difference in the round. Although, that Ash, you probably should have killed her, because she missed a few shots. When you ran to white, you should have been ADS'd. You should always stay ADS'd, because you don't want to get caught off guard like that.
My voice cracked. Alright, shield board. Let's see what you can do.
Did Capitao just fall off the roof? I think he did. Damn. Well, unfortunate, but it happens. I guess that makes it a bit fair. Oh. Hey, quick tip here. When opening that red wall that you just opened, I suggest opening the other side. And that's because when you drop the hatch, if anybody's in Cigar, especially around stage, they would be able to peek you. And if anybody pushes up red stairs, it'd be easier for them to peek into Cigar. So that's why I like to open up the right side instead.
Bomb has been located.
Alright. I don't know what that doc was doing, but you do get the pick. So good on you. Montaigne's in sight. Now, this would be the time to smoke outside and go for a plant. Because Montaigne's in sight. Did you just type in the chat? Oh. Yeah, don't type in the chat. You should be going in sight now and going for a plant.
Bind counter, taking.
Op 4 neutralized.
Yeah,
Successful.
you went for the kill there, and if that Jaeger didn't get killed by your teammate, and if that Jaeger had killed you instead, you would have dropped the diffuser inside a freezer. And messing up like that could easily cost you the round. That Jaeger would have been able to clutch it up pretty easily. 3 guys won it, so it's pretty good. Nobody's at Pixel. You see the Jaeger. Probably could have saved your drone there. Oh, looks like Twitch killed him. I think so. Here, I wouldn't peek that. Like, earlier when you were peeking that table there, you see that angle that you just peeked and just got down to? That's a super common angle. I do not suggest peeking it ever, because it's super hard to contest. And I'm actually surprised you got the kill on the dude last time, because it's really hard to wallbang that area. It looks like you're trying to get freezer wall open next. You're waiting on Capitao. Although, you shouldn't be opening the freezer wall first. You should open the wall to your left first. And that's because you could plant in the corner right next to that wall. It's a really good plant spot. And since you have diffuser and smokes, I'd suggest making a rotate there in that wall. We call that trash before you actually open up freezer wall. And you should be getting into sight and going for plant, like right now.
Op 4 eliminated. Locate and defuse a bomb.
Honestly, I feel like you could be getting into sight earlier. It looks like your teammates just keep pushing in. And you're like outside waiting, but if the defenders happen to get their picks on both of those rounds, you could have very easily have just been stuck in Cigar by yourself with diffuser.
Kitchen double door.
Reloading.
Baker's clear. Oh. Small baker's clear.
Set up a flanker and I'll watch it.
Alright, so you have bakery control. The 3v4. Can't really clear that shield, so this is gonna be tough, and you haven't gotten any of the electrification. Probably should have gone above to try and clear that out. But yeah, unless you're gonna go and clear any gadgets off wall, you're gonna have to just try and play for picks here.
Huh?
That's not. You went there, guys. There.
I'm surprised you survived there, running through that hallway. Usually someone's holding that. And
The diffuser is no longer in your possession.
kind of confused. You guys just kind of ran up red. No drones.
They're going down. You'll
Clearly you guys knew that Ella was up there, but
go down. Stay with me.
I don't know. That could have easily have gone wrong if there was another roamer, or if Ella wasn't where she was. You guys could have both have easily gotten flanked and killed.
Here he is.
Alright, but Jackal gets another one.
Your bar.
Dies, don't get the refrag, unfortunately.
Why is Buck upstairs?
Buck, I need you.
Now, at this point, you should be able to go for bakery wall, because Buck has breached above sight, and you know that the last two people should be in sight. So I'd suggest opening the wall, yeah, like that, or even the bakery wall, but less than 30 seconds, so you're gonna have to go quick.
He's far.
One friendly operator.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have sprinted in the breach like that. I'd suggest, you know, staying ADS as you hop in. Probably wouldn't have won that anyway. It was kind of a bad situation because you guys didn't really use your time well throughout the round. You didn't really clear the utility you needed to clear in an efficient manner. And what I mean is like opening the walls, clearing shields and all that. Well, it looks like you're pushing into bakery again. It's the same thing, except you guys still don't have a way to get any gadgets off of the wall, unless you go above. Alright, you're going up red again.
No longer in your possession.
Once again, that's super dangerous if somebody's in like coats or at the double door on site or at whiskey.
Now we're getting
And if there's any roamers above site, you guys could easily get flanked and killed, both of you right now. You have 2 drones on you and you're a hard breacher.
Been secured.
There might be one in white though. Watch out.
no one's played.
Alright, but you scan the area, you figure out
Yeah, they're
seems
all
to be
addicted.
nobody over there. Although, once again, so much could have gone wrong there. I would not suggest trying to clear roamers with the way you are doing it.
Maybe bandits on bakery, please.
And if you want to clear the roamers in a more efficient way, I'd suggest just going top down, entering from the top floor, and just droning everything and clearing the 3rd and 2nd floor, just going top down. And then you can rotate to bakery, and that's when you start opening those walls, that's when you start pushing into sight. Although I do get you're in a 2-stack here, so, you know, stratting out isn't going to be as effective or as easy. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Work with what you have, am I right?
Dining side?
Also, sometimes you seem to like randomly ADS or lean and unlean. It's probably going to make it a tiny bit harder to land shots. I know I used to have a habit of randomly spamming my keys, and it definitely made it harder to hit shots sometimes for me.
What?
Okay, so now it's a 2v5 and you have to get aggro here. And you probably know that too.
That's what I just got. I just got a free YouTube. I can't.
Still over 2 minutes too, which is unfortunate. Although, since the attackers know where you are, you should probably switch positions and try to get aggro in some other spot. But you do get the Jackal,
Friendly operator
and
I just got.
you probably shouldn't have swung for the second. You should have just have fallen back. Especially since you didn't know where the Amaru was. Usually when you push up for a kill and you get that kill, pushing up for the second kill is almost always going to result in you dying. Because the other team will have intel on you, and you won't have intel on them.
Cover the diffuser.
The only person the only two people
Can we drone bakery or what?
Although it looks like you guys are going to clear top down this time. Oh, Ella's up there. Although that goes back to my point earlier. If there was a roamer upstairs, which could have been on the top floor, you guys would have known. You guys would have just walked by them and they could have easily flanked.
They have an Ella top floor.
However, right there, you just lost your Jackal, you just lost your scans, your smokes, in exchange for a Vigil,
Trap window behind
who
you.
has no utility. So that's kind of the cost of walking in without a drone and just trying to roam clear the way you are. The way you are.
Upstairs.
Own it.
Overall, that's a much better trade for the defenders because you're losing the utility and they aren't.
Drone's clear
Right.
right now.
Go through prep wall, Ace. Just throw one on here.
Fire. Below.
There's a hole through the floor.
No way.
Bro.
Swapping mags.
Okay, so you don't manage to clear the shield.
You have located a bomb.
Red.
Red. Where's
Yeah,
Ash?
Ella's on red, and that kind of goes back to the several points I was making earlier about how the roamers are just going to easily flank you if you're not going to properly clear them. And so, overall, I'm going to give a quick summary of my analysis here. I'd say your main problem is you seem to try and rush things. You're not clearing utility, and you seem to not know when to peek, or you don't really seem to have like a clear objective. Now, if you want to learn to acquire these skills, know what you need to do, I suggest watching a lot of Pro League, understanding how strategy works, and of course, just studying. But from this game, you really need to try and approach your attacks in a different way, because pushing bakery only is not going to work if you aren't going to get the walls open, right? And when you peek the way that you've been doing in this game, it looks like you're trying to win based off random aggression, and you're trying to get a lucky pick. And that can work. It does work a lot of the time, and that used to be the way I played this game a lot, but it's not worth it. It's not a very consistent playstyle, and you're going to get countered very easily by better players. So if you want to know when to peek, now I have a good video for this on knowing when to peek, and it's called When to Be Aggro, the 4 types of aggression. I'll put the link in the description, but really, you just need to focus on, I think, just having an objective. I think that's really what you need to focus on, is knowing what your goal is coming into a round and understanding what you need to get done. And what you need to get done is you need to clear utility, you need to clear the defenders from any important positions, such as bakery or roamers above site, so that you can open that bakery wall, and then that's when you go for your execute. But you're not maximizing your utility usage. You're not using your drones to their maximum potential. You're not using your smokes. You're not using all of your hard breach, partially because you can't use the hard breach because of the electrified walls. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. I would say the problems you have had in this game are pretty easy to fix, and I think once you do fix them, you should be a much better player. Now, if you want to have your VOD reviewed, I'm not sure how many more of these I'm going to do, but feel free to join my Discord, come talk to me, and I'll consider doing your VOD for you, and I'll put it on this channel. So if you want to follow my Twitter, Discord server, or Patreon, link will be in the description below. But that's all to say for this video, and if you learned something, give the video a like, and if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe. Toodles!